ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तौ संतोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते। तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेखं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः। हरे कृष्णा। Actually, Matajis are more patient, I think. Only one, two, three Matajis are there, and one Prabhuji. Because such a lengthy, long course, Prabhujis are busy. Maybe many are registered actually. Almost all online also I was having. So maybe more than 15 students are there. But generally Prabhujis, they are working in offices and they have different services. It's outside, so they don't have time. But Matajis anyway, housewives, they have some time. So they are attending. It's very difficult to find the students. Okay, let's continue our discussion. We have seen yesterday 3 types of bhakti. So, Aropa Siddha Bhakti, Sangha Siddha Bhakti, and Sarupa Siddha Bhakti. Yes. इसको इधर ही रखिए. हाँ. डस्टर एंड पेन इधर ही रखना चाहिए. ऐसा. हाँ? So, let us see. So, 3 types of bhakti. Today we are going to learn Sakaitava, Akaitava bhakti. Tadevam Trividhapi sa Punar Akaitava Sakaitava cha iti Dvividha Gneya. Then total how many types of bhakti? It is now total bhakti 3. Aropa Siddha, Sangha Siddha, Sarupa Siddha. Then once again. Sakaitava. Akaitava. Similarly, Sakaitava, Akaitava. Total six. Total how many types? Six types. It will be going to even more further being expanded because we have to cover whole world. Na? We want to cover whole world. You want to only consider only few. Whole world or not? In whole world, whatever the bhaktis are happening, everything should be covered. Explanation means like that only. Not that the only, if you see any book, if it is not dealing the total whole world, then it is not complete actually. That philosophy should cover everything. Okay, now what is the meaning of Akaitava and Sakaitava? What it mean, Akaitava and Sakaitava? So, Akaitava means Dharma Projita Kaitava. Kaitava means what? Cheating. Akaitava means without cheating. Akaitava means without cheating. Sakaitava means with cheating. Yeah. Sakaitava means with cheating. Akaitava means without cheating. Okay, like this, you have two types. Tatra aropa sanga siddhayoho yasyaha bhakteha sambandhena bhakti pada praptya samardhyam tanmatrapekshvatvam chet akaitatvam. Akaitatvam. What it means? You know, all of you. Aropa siddha. Asi means aropa siddha. Sasi means sanga siddha. Swasi means? Swasi means what? Swarupa siddha. Okay. We are going to see Asi. Asi. Okay. In case of Asi and Sasi, what happens? So by nature, in the case of Asi, you take Arab Siddha. This is the karma. By nature, it is not bhakti, but since the result or this karma is offered to the Lord, so offered, then it became bhakti. Here karma became bhakti. Because of what? What is the reason? Because so this offering happened. Karma offering happened. Karma arpanam is there to Lord. Karma is offered to the Lord. So that's why this karma is becoming bhakti. Similarly, in the Sangha Siddha, what happens? This karma is there, and this is the Sakshat Bhakti. So it is assisting to this. So that's why it became bhakti. Karma Mishra Bhakti. So here, what he is saying, yasyaha bhakteha sambandhena. Since this, why this karma became bhakti? Because it is being offered. So it is being offered. So offering is bhakti actually. Okay. So bhakteha sambandhena bhakti pada praptya. Because of offering only, this karma got the quality of bhakti. Otherwise, it is karma only. Okay, similarly here, because of assisting this bhakti, then only this karma became bhakti. If these two, that means which are by nature not bhakti, if they are purely meant for this bhakti only, is purely meant for this bhakti only, there is no other expectation from these two. If there is no, please hear carefully, if there is no expectation from these two, they are meant for only for bhakti, because of which they are getting the quality of bhakti. So then these two are akaitava. Then these two are akaitava. समझ में आया श्री चरण? So this karma is offered. That means offering is bhakti, and it is purely meant for offering bhakti only, offering it to the Lord only. It is not meant for other reason. That means you are not expecting any other thing from this karma, some result. And also similarly here, karma is assistant to the bhakti. It is meant for only assisting, and there is no expectation from this. Then these two are akaitava. Without expectation means they are not meant for other things, only for serving this, only for serving bhakti they are there. That means, if example, some farmer is there, so karma means he is doing farming, and he is doing that farming to offer only, and he doesn't have any other motives. Other motives means I will get the rice and I will half of that I will sell it and I will get the money and I will purchase one nice refrigerator or whatever. So if he thinks like this, then it is a sakaitava. Which karma is assistant to the bhakti. It is there to assist bhakti only. There is no expectation from other than that. There is no expectation. That means you are not looking for the result of this karma. स्वरूप सिद्ध क्या पागल है क्या? ये तो साहसी हैं, संग सिद्ध. कौन से स्वरूप सिद्ध व्यक्ति पूछ रहे हैं? हाँ हाँ हाँ. What is आरोप सिद्ध? Tell me. Mike, you take mic. सब लोग सुनना चाहिए आपका इंटरेस्टिंग. Everyone should hear. Tell me, what is Aropa Siddha?
Aropa Siddha Bhakti is like by nature it is not bhakti.
Okay.
But by offering, like one farmer is doing farming, so then he's offering the results. He is doing karmarpanam to Lord. So then, so that's why that karma, what he's doing, that is becoming bhakti.
Yes.
Like that. So this is called Aropa Siddha Bhakti.
So now,
so I was telling that if he doesn't have any expectation, and he wants to do farming only for the pleasure of the Lord or only for karmarpanam, he has no expectation that he will get result or no expectation.
No expectation.
So then why it is not non-different from Swarupa Siddha Bhakti?
Arey, what Swarupa Siddha Bhakti you heard? Swarupa Siddha Bhakti means by nature it should be bhakti. That means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smarana, all these. Is it by nature bhakti? Karma is by nature bhakti or not? No, no. So that means it is becoming bhakti since it is being offered to the Lord. So now this you are seeing only, that means this offering you are doing for, that means for the sake of bhakti only. That means purely this karma is done for the sake of offering only. Then it is akaitava aropa siddha bhakti. If you do offering of the karma for getting the liberation, then that is sakaitava. If you do this karma offering to the Lord, so for getting the money or more money, so you do offering for the offering of the karma to the Lord, and you can ask, I want to become a millionaire, multi-millionaire of, or the richest person of this whole earth. By doing farming, you can maximum earn what? Maybe 10 lakhs. But you do this, he can do business, na? He can offer this 10 lakhs to the Lord, and he will expect, I will become multi-millionaire. Then it's big business. It can be done. So then that is also Sakaitava. Why it is Sarup Siddha? Tell me how it can be Sarup Siddha. If karma is done purely for the offering, karma will become Sarup Siddha Bhakti. By nature, is it Sarupa Bhakti? No, na.
Because we tell no that like Bhakti means anything you do for the pleasure of the Lord. Like this we tell, no? So if we do karma for the pleasure of the Lord, then automatically it will become Sarupa Siddha Bhakti.
Hey, this is the general understanding of whole society. Till now, everyone is in this. That's why, that's why everyone thinking that I am working in office and that I am giving everything to the offering to the Lord. Every day I am prasadam offering, and even I purchase a new dress, I will offer, and everything I am offering. So I am also pure devotee. This problem is there in the whole society. Isko kaatna hai abhi. That means Rupa Goswami and all the acharyas, even Prabhupada also is not having this understanding. Completely, this is cheating actually. Prabhupada is also not having this. Clearly, if you understand very subtly, that difference will be there. If you carefully understand the Prabhupada's lines, then you will get this. No, if you if you do for the pleasure of the Lord, then Rupa Goswami should give that. That means it is a Sakshat Bhakti means, then you should give like that only definition. No, like that. Yes, anything if you, even anger, even anything you can offer to the Lord. Yes, that is bhakti. But that is not what kind of bhakti. Is it Arob Siddha, Sangha Siddha, or otherwise Sarup Siddha? You need to know the classification of that. Then only, why we are doing the classification here? The reason is we want to get the refined one, because we want to do bhajan. Already we have Sangha, Sadhu Sangha and Guru Padashra is over. Now we want to do bhajan. So for doing bhajan, you should know the right bhakti, proper bhakti. Otherwise, you will be cheated. You will be in the illusion. So yes. Okay, you understood? Yeah. Sarupa Siddha means by nature. That means that activity directly it is bhakti only. It is not becoming bhakti because of some reason. No, by directly it is becoming bhakti. For example, you are hearing the holy name. The hearing activity, this is also an activity, but it is here the Kriya Shakti. That means hearing means the Kriya Shakti is involved. Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti both are the functions of whom? Kriya and Gnana Shakti are Sarupa Shaktis. If this Kriya Shakti is engaged directly in the service of the Lord, then it is also known as transcendental. Gnana Shakti directly engaged in the service of the Lord, then it is also transcendental. But if this Kriya Shakti engaged in the material activity, then it is, so it is what? It is material. This similarly, if it is engaged in the Gnana Shakti in the material activity, then it is material. But when you offer this, then it is becoming once again. So bhakti actually. Okay, slowly you will understand, don't worry. So Sakaitava means this karma is done just for offering. Because of what is becoming bhakti? Offering. So if it is done for only for offering, then it is Akaitava. Similarly, this karma is there to just to assist the bhakti. And just much purpose only if he keeps the performer, and he is not expecting anything from this, then that is Akaitava. Okay. Mike.
Krishna. So that means when he offer 100% to Lord,
100%, that's
then
obvious.
that means that is akoitavo arapsiddha bhakti. Or means less, that means koitavo.
Even little also if it is there, then it is. Yeah. What is the purpose of that karma? Or that is the point.
Prabhu, as like a potter, he some pot he gave to serve to the Lord, and some pot he sell the market, and bring something, and it is something is offered to the Lord, and something is not offered.
Acha.
So that is also quite
then that will be the Arab Siddha, and that is karma. Where the pots offered, that actually that much is the Arab Siddha Bhakti. Pots which are not offered, then those are that is karma. What is it? You're understanding? That karma will become Arab Siddha. Simple, na? Karma many, na? One pot means one karma. Another pot is second karma, third karma, fourth karma, fifth karma. It's many activities. They are all different activities. Also, you are just now, you are attending Mangalarti and Japa. So 2 hours is transcendental. That means spent in for the bhakti. Another 2 hours you went and sleep. Then it is material. Attending class.
true. When we are not sleeping night properly, in morning time we are not properly chanting.
Yes.
And attending the Bhagavad class in properly.
Yes.
So that is also a problem, na? So that is also we can say that that is also bhakti, na?
That is acha. Wow,
And without sleeping, how can we join the Bhagavatam class or chanting?
Because
japa?
you are still conditioned. That's why you are expecting that. You are not doing pure devotion. Pure devotee, even in the sleep also, you'll remember Krishna. Prabhupada says in his lecture. What is the problem? In dream also, you make Rasgulla for the deities. He says, is there any problem? He asks like this, is there any problem? No. Then 24 hours devotion. That is the Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means 24 hours devotion. No sleeping. That means you are taking assistance. Then that is not directly. That sleep is not directly bhakti. So then that is helping to the bhakti. That karma, nidra activity is becoming the helper to the bhakti. Then it is Sangha Siddha. Sangha Siddha. It's activity. So what is this bhakti means? What? It's a tamoguna actually. Because of tamoguna we get. Yeah. But sadhus who are liberated, they don't sleep. There is no jagrata sapna sushupti. There is only one, that is turiya. For a perfected soul, there is no sleep. Even so, they sleep, they always remember or chant Krishna, like Arjuna. Even he is sleeping, he is chanting. No, he is chanting. Even he is sleeping, he is chanting. So that is the point. So that is the Krishna consciousness. It's not an easy thing, but you should work hard. 24 hours you should engage yourself in the devotion. Yes, we started our journey, but we should, if it is not possible, then why they wrote this many books? Why they so promoting this? It's possible. It's possible. Even after hearing the clearly the bhakti, still if you have faith, then that is real faith. And still if you have enthusiasm, that is real enthusiasm. Just misunderstanding and having a half understanding and showing that some enthusiasm, then that is not real enthusiasm actually. Real enthusiasm means after understanding thoroughly. So that means all the asambhava and viparita bhavanas are finished. Then the shraddha, whatever you get, that is the proper shraddha, 100% shraddha. Then you will do the seriously the bhajan actually. That seriousness is needed. That's why books are important. Books are basis. Without books, no base. Books not for selling. Books meant for studying. Books बेचने के लिए नहीं. बेचना है लेकिन बेचना ही नहीं. Books पढ़ने के लिए भी हैं. We are very much, see, we are so merciful. We want to deliver others, but not. अरे चलने दीजिए, हमारा जीवन तो ऐसे राख होने दीजिए जल के. But I want to help others. But if you ask what is there inside, then many times you can see the very different. Okay, next. तत्र आरोप संग सिद्धयोः यस्याः भक्तेः संबंधेन भक्तिपद प्राप्त्या सामर्थ्यं तन्मात्रापेक्षत्वं चेद् अकैतत्वं स्वीय अन्यदीय फलापेक्षत्वं चेत्. That means sakaitatvam. Swiya means own. If this is and this, the two activities also having, that means some anya फलापेक्षत्वम चेत. That means if you are desiring something, material things, then that is sakaitava. Now come to the Swarupa Siddha, Swasi. What about Swarupa Siddha? In case of Swarupa Siddha, how to understand the Akaitava and Sakaitava? Huh? Over. In Sangha Siddha, this is Sangha Siddha, Aropa Siddha. Sangha Siddha. Yeah, similar. Yeah. But I am seeing really revolution. In the first batch, when I was explaining, many devotees are not able to understand. Now this batch, many people are getting. Actually, I am really happy. I was becoming hopeless actually. Maybe it's difficult to explain, but it is easy, na? Everyone is getting. It's okay. Yeah, we can. In every temple, we should teach you all. So make such a program, and everywhere this has to be propagated. Like how our Bhakti Shastri is being conducted, same way Bhakti Sandarbha for everyone, all devotees in our, they has to go through Bhakti Sandarbha, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, these two books. Next, Swarupa Siddhayascha yasya bhagavataha sambandhena tadrisham mahatmyam तन्मात्रापेक्ष परिकरत्वं चेत् अकैतत्वं प्रयोजनान्तरापेक्षया कर्मज्ञान परिकरत्वं चेत् सकैतत्वं. Okay. Now in Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, what example is what? Shravanam. This is the Shravanam activity. This is Shravanam activity. Hearing. Hearing is an activity. It is not by nature, is it bhakti? No. But hearing is becoming Swarupa Siddha Bhakti because it is related to the Bhagavan. Bhagavad Sambandhena Tadrusha Mahatmyam. This hearing activity is becoming bhakti because of relation with the Lord. Since he is hearing the Lord's names, just hearing the movie, some mundane poetry, so that activity, is it bhakti? No. So that's why here, so this Shravanam is bhakti because of hearing activity is having the direct relationship with the Lord. Bhagavataha sambandhena tadrisham mahatmyam. Hearing activity is becoming bhakti because of the relationship with the Lord. So then this hearing activity, Shravanam, means this hearing activity is just for that purpose only. That purpose only means just for the Lord's purpose only. And there is no other purpose. Then this is akaitava. But if you use this hearing activity, which is engaged for the, which is related to the Lord, for other purposes, that means if that hearing is not meant for the Lord, but if that hearing is meant for other purposes, that means getting the money or getting the, so that means to kill some others or getting the liberation. So if you do, then that is sakaitava. Or otherwise, this hearing activity is there. That means to give the success of karma, because then also it is not. So that means you are hearing, that means hearing the Vishnu's name, but that is there to purify the objects. What are pronchanam you are doing. That means, so Om apavitro pavitro va sarva avastham gatopya asmarat pundarika shamsah bhapyantara sucho Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. But you are using the names Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. These names you are so uttering just for the purpose of what? Uttering you are doing. Uttering is also so direct devotion. So that you are doing for the purpose of what? For the purifying the objects. Then that is another prayojana you are expecting. So then in that case, that is there, that chanting or hearing activity is having the another purpose, that is so becoming, that is what? That is becoming the part of the karma. So then that is sakaitava. Then in that case, sakaitava. Samajh liya? Tapomai? Tell me, what do you understand? Sarupa Siddha, akaitava, sakaitava, explain.
Sakaitava means when one hearing, chanting, remembering these three things only for the pleasing the Lord, or only for the Lord, that is akaitava. But when it is performing for the earning money or some anyhow, that is sakaitava.
Okay. Iyam eva akaitava akinchanakyatvena purvamukta ukta. Akaitava is also known as akinchana. Yes, Mataji. We'll go till 8:30, yeah, today. Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, so when this hearing activity is done in relation to anything other than the Lord, that's not bhakti at all, right? It's just a material activity.
That's material. Yeah.
So Sakaitava bhakti is only when you are taking the names of the Lord for getting some material result.
Yeah, other prayojana. Yes. Or otherwise you are making that as a assistant for the karma or the gnana. Then that is sakaitava.
Yes. Okay. Thank
you. Either other reasons, or otherwise if you make that as a anga or the assistant for the karma or gnana, in these two cases, maybe other reasons, other prayojana, that means for the money or for the killing others or for the liberation, that can be, or otherwise you are making this hearing activity, that's shravanam, as the assistant to the karma and gnana. In that case also it is sakaitava.
Assistant to karma means it is the same as other result, right? You're expecting some material result.
No, that is different.
Assistant karma, any example?
Example is, so you are assistant for karma. Yes, Mataji ka you also have same question. So this is karma. That means karma means yajna, some yajna. In yajna, so there are the different activities will be there. In the initially what? Dravya Shuddhi. If Dravya Shuddhi is also one of the limb of this total karma. Yes. So in the Dravya Shuddhi, what you are be doing? You'll be doing the chanting of Vishnu's names. Here, chanting of Vishnu names is Sakshat Bhakti or not? Sarup Siddha Bhakti, this is. This you are using for the part. So you are here purifying this Dravya. And that means purification of Dravya is the one of the activity to the karma. So here chanting through which the purification of the Dravya is done. That is the part of this total karma. So then that's why here Bhakti is becoming assistant to the full success of the karma. Otherwise, if Dravya Shuddhi is not done, then you will not get the result of the karma also. So that means here Bhakti is becoming assistant actually.
And karma assisting bhakti, example.
Karma assisting Bhakti, I gave yesterday an example. So take karma here, like example farming. So you are doing this farming. So, and you want to do the, so Bhakti, that means Sarupa Siddha Bhakti. You are using this, that means I will be doing this karma, and so that I am able to maintain my body and do the Bhakti. Then it is assistant. You are assisting. Yeah. That means you are doing that karma not to get any other results. You where necessities. That means you want to maintain body by that, and so do the Bhakti ultimately. The purpose of karma is for doing the Bhakti, not for the sense gratification. You don't have any sense gratification, but you are dependent on that.
Prabhuji, just one more same point that you said. So first is when someone is doing Sakshat Bhakti to get material result. Second one is someone is using Sakshat Bhakti as an anga to karma or jnana.
Then yeah,
both of them are Sakaitava Bhakti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rambhadra Priya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, and this is in context with Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu's definition of sadhana bhakti and Vaidhi sadhana bhakti.
Yeah.
Because in the definition of sadhana bhakti, Jiva Goswami in his commentary mentions how can engaging the senses in the service of the Lord be called as devotional service. And there he says that just like Purva Karma, in any yajna, the Purva Karma, what is done, like collecting the ingredients for the yajna, is considered part of the yajna.
Yes.
Similarly, in the senses, actually it is the soul which has to engage in the service of the Lord. Similarly, the senses, when they are engaged in sadhana bhakti, that is also called as bhakti. So how do we reconcile this with your explanation of this?
Getting bathing, these things you are saying. Bathing. Voice is not clear, bro, actually.
Voice is not clear, Prabhuji?
No. It's guru noise is coming.
Okay, now Prabhuji.
Hello?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Both low voice.
Oh, there is some technical problem. I'll record the question and send it to you.
Okay. I am not able to understand, bro, your voice.
Prabhu, may I ask?
What is that? Your question?
So, Prabhu, when Gyani, he is meditating upon Paramatma for actually supporting his Gyan to attain Brahman. So that time we have to consider that is also Sakaitava, because that is not for bhakti. Okay.
Yeah, that is the point. In the case of Jnanis, they are meditating on the Paramatma. That means meditating means, so they are remembering the smaranam, that means fixing, dharana, dhyan, that means dhyanam. So this is also direct bhakti. So it's nothing but smaranam. Dhyana is also part of the smaranam. So then that why Jnani is meditating on the Paramatma with the desire of merging into the Brahman. So mukti, liberation. There, this meditation on Paramatma is becoming the limb actually. Is a limb for the Gnana actually. So that's why it is Sakaitava.
Oh, that means the Shravanam, which is only related to Lord, and Bhakti, that is
by nature it is Bhakti, but it is Sakaitava now because of so purpose is changed. Next, Dharma Purva Mukta. So Iyameva Akaitava Akinchana Akyatven. Iyameva Akaitava Akinchanakyatven Purvamukta. This is also said previously as Akinchana. Akaitava is also known as Akinchana. Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Parama Nirmasaranam. So Ityeva va asya tad ubaya vidhatve pramanam neyam. What is the proof that there is Akaito Bhakti and Sakaito Bhakti? So the proof is this sloka. Dharma projitaha. Projita kaitavaha. That means kaitava, dharma without cheating, dharma with cheating. So for this, what is the proof? This sloka is the proof. Yeah. Tatha uktam, same way it is said. Priyate malaya bhaktya harir anyad vidambanam. Harir anyad vidambanam. Priyate malaya bhaktya harir anyad vidambanam. Priyate amalaya bhaktya. So someone loves with the pure devotion. So harihi anyad. Without love, if you do bhakti, that means pure devotion, but not pure devotion, it's a bhakti, sakshat bhakti, but if there is no love, then that is vidambanam. That is what just was business. That's just a business. Previously we have seen this sloka. That's a Sakaitava. This is a proof. Okay, over. Now let's discuss Aropa Siddha Bhakti in detail now. Slowly, one point you keep on add and try to see the whole world, Bhakti world with this understanding. Then slowly, you will understand many things. Then whole Bhagavatam will become very easy and simple for you. Then all the teachings will become very clear. And all the commentary also will become very easy. Total commentary. Then after that, everything will be clear. So much hard work Srila Jiva Goswami did for us, writing this much from scriptures, from Bhagavatam. How much churning he might have done. My God, it's unimaginable. He's a brilliant scholar. So Srila Jiva Goswami ki. So in this book, whatever explanation he gave, this will be true in this time, after 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 1 lakh, even if you go, so 1 lakh years before also. Because whatever you think in future generations, whoever come and think, and everything is answered here. 360 degrees, all in all angles, you think, all answers are there. From the beginning to ending, if you read this book, not only this book, any Acharya book is like that only. So they will be solving all your questions. Yes. Aropa Siddha etadarthameva. So For Aropa Siddha, in the case of Aropa Siddha, Karmarpanam. Aropa Siddha is also known as Karmarpanam. So you can see what is the proof for Aropa Siddha. Naishkarmyamapyachyuta bhava varjitam nasobhate gnanamalam niranjanam. This is there in the two places. Proof for Aropa Siddha. 12 point. Naishkarmyamapyachyuta bhava varjitam is there in two places. You all know this point or not? It's yes. That sloka repeated. 1.5.12 and 12.53. What is the meaning of this Naishkarmyam Apachit Bhava? What Vyas Bhagavan is saying? Sorry, Naradji. I'm sorry, I'm extra time I'm taking. This is Sakai Dava. Acha. Oh my God. You are applying. Are. Naishkarmyamapyachyuta bhava. The translation is like this. Knowledge of self-realization, even though free from all material affinity, doesn't look well if devoid of a conception of infallible. What then is the use of fruitive activities which are naturally painful from the very beginning and transcended by nature, if they are not utilized for the devotional service of the Lord? So what he's saying, Naishkar, that means Brahma Gnanam, without the devotion, by using that Gnanam, you cannot fix your consciousness on Brahman. That is not useful. Nasobhate. That's a one point he said. Second point is what? So he is saying that, so Kotah Panah Shashwad Abhadramishware. Kotah Panah Shashwad Abhadramishware. Any ordinary work, fruity work, is by nature, it is always painful only. That means while doing also you will be getting the pain, fruity work case. Even after getting result also is painful only. Because if someone has stolen that money, gone, or you ate with that money, you ate something finished, then it will give pain to you or not? Ultimately, it give pain only actually. And also, nacharpitam karma yadapyakaranam. This is the point we want. Any, so Nacha arpitam karma yadi akaranam. So akaranam, that means, so any karma which is offered to the Lord, so that is also successful with the bhakti only. So here we are seeing, that means karma arpanam point we have seen. This is a point you should take. Karma arpitam, nacha arpitam karma yadapyakaranam. That means Nishkama Karma Yoga. Akaranam means Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma is not offered. Sorry, is divide of the bhakti. So then it is not going to give any result. That means what? Nishkama Karma means offering the result of the karma. If you don't result of the karma, so that karma, offering that result of the karma will be purifying the heart. When it will purify? When it is added with the some bhakti, but some direct devotion. So here you have to find what karma offering to the Lord. That much you should see. That's all. Ityado sakama nishkama karmayoh dvayoh api karmanor ninda. Bhagavad Vayamukya Visheshat. So in these two slokas, so sakama karma is also sakama karma and nishkama karma. Both are rejected because they are not Vaimukhya. That means they are having the aversion towards the Lord. Toward the Lord. Where is sakarma karma is said in that sloka? Nachar pitam, sorry, kutah punah shashwat abhadram ishwaram nachar pitam karma yadapya karanam. So that's why kutah punah shashwat abhadram ishware nacha arpitam. That means here kutah punah shashwat abhadram ishware nacha arpitam karma. This much you should take as, what is the translation of this much? The translation of this much is karma. So is by nature it is what? Always it gives pain. It's painful. It gives pain. And on top of that, it is not offered. Then what can we speak? It is giving the entanglement for you. It is painful, and on the top of that, what? It is going to give entanglement also. So that's why nachar pitam, sorry, kutah pana shashwadabhidramishware nachar pitam karma. Till you should take sakama karma. Okay? Sakama karma, if it is not offered, then it is even giving the more. That means kutah punah means what to speak. That means it is giving the more pain. That means what? Entanglement with this world. It is cause for the getting the repeated birth and death. So next, what is saying? Yadapya karanam api. Api means also. Also akaranam means what you should take? Nishkama karma. Karma done for the akaranam means nishkama karma. So that is also no use if they are both are divided of the bhakti. So here what is the point now? Tatra yadrichika cheshtaya api bhagavadarpitatve bhagavadharmatvam bhavati kimuta. तत्र यादृच्छिक चेष्टया अपि चेष्टायाः अपि भगवदर्पितत्वे भगवद्धर्मत्वं भवति किमुत? yes Mataji.
Prabhuji, I am not able to understand the akaranam part. Why, on what basis it is said that this is also, it doesn't look good? Because here, if the other sakama karma, you said because it is painful when doing, and afterwards also it is entangling. So that is understood. The other part, what is the
nishkama karma? So nishkama karma without bhakti is not going to clean the heart. Antakarna suddhi will not happen. That's why.
Oh, it will not clean the heart.
It will not clean the heart. Nishkama karma without bhakti will not clean the heart. That's why it is also painful. Useless. Na sobhate.
Yeah, but when we say that nishkam karma you do, you are in the mode of goodness, and then you will come to the platform of Brahman realization or self-realization.
Yeah, everywhere bhakti is needed actually, some amount of bhakti.
Oh, okay, that way.
Even Brahman realization also, one who has the vidya, that means, but Brahma Gnanam, that is not sufficient. There is a need of bhakti.
I thought that was needed ultimately to merge into Brahman.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he is not, otherwise he cannot fix his consciousness on Brahman. Yeah.
Okay.
Next, yadrichika cheshtaya api bhagavadarpite. That means randomly you did something, and if you offer that, that is also getting the Bhagavad dharma. That is also becoming the bhakti. Yadrichika, that means you anything you did and you offered that to the Lord, then that is becoming the Bhagavad dharma. That means you are standing and Krishna Arpanam you did, then that is also bhakti. Anything you do and offer that to the Lord, then that is becoming the bhakti. Then what to speak of Vedic karma? You are doing Vedic karma and offering, then it will be obviously become Arupa Siddha Bhakti. Anything, that means, what is that? Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusha. Whatever you do, you clean the teeth and Krishna Arpanam, then that is also Arupa Siddha. You can offer all the karmas to the Lord. Anything. That means adrichaka cheshtaya api. That means a randomly done activity also. Bhagavad arpitatve, if it is so if you offer that to the Lord, then Bhagavad dharmatvam bhavati. It is becoming the bhakti. Bhagavad dharma. It is becoming Bhagavad dharma. Kimuta. Then what to speak? Vaidika karma karmanaha. That means if you offer Vedic karma, then to the Lord, then definitely it will be so Bhagavad dharma. Bhagavad dharma. Iti vaktum tasyapi tadrupatvam vaha. This is said. This is said in the 11:236. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana vanusruta swabhavat karoti yat yat sakalam parasmai narayane samarpayetat. Narayaneti. Krishnarpanam, Narayanarpanam. Some people, so they stand, they say Narayana. They sit Narayana. They do Junuman Narayana. Everything Narayana. Oh Narayana, oh Narayana, Narayana. You might have seen this. I have seen in our village. For every activity they say Narayana. Narada Muni. Movies you have seen Narada Muni movie. Eleven to 36. Kayena vacha. In accordance with the particular nature one has acquired in conditioned life, whatever one does with body, words, mind, senses, intelligence, or purified consciousness, one should offer to the Lord, thinking this is for the pleasure of Lord Narayana. Then everything is becoming bhakti. By reading this sloka, what do you think? Whatever we do and offer it, then it is bhakti. Same bhakti kya? Everything is same bhakti? No. It's not same bhakti. It's Aropa Siddha Bhakti. It is. So then what to speak of Vedic karma? According to Vedas, if you follow and do that, then that. Yeah. What about Vikarma? This is the question. I know that. That will come anyway. Wait, Mataji.
Yes.
It's coming in the next, in this, very soon it is coming. Vedic Karma Arpanasya, that's 218. Then after that, vikarma also will come actually.
Because here it is said randomly done activity. So I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yes, yes. Yes, it will come from Mataji. Then we'll do the big clear discussion there. Next, Purvam hi in the past. Purvam hi. Purva means before to this sloka, 11 to 36. Whatever we discussed vanasa kayena vacha manasendaya. For to this, previous to this, that means 11 to 31. So in that 11 to 31, what is said? Dharman bhagavatan bruta iti prashnanantaram ye vai bhagavata prokta ityadina मुख्यत्वेन साक्षात् तत्तल्लब्धये उपायभूताः. Okay, we'll see this. A complete chunk is one. Tomorrow we'll see. Thank you very much. Any questions? Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the same confusion. We said karmarpanam means offering to the Lord. So this Aropa Siddha Bhakti, the offering is done with love. Is it so, Prabhuji?
Offering?
Offering is done to the Lord with love or for liberation. So it is just offering without any value added to it, or it is with offering with love and or
Only
for jnana, like that.
You are asking Sakaitava Kaitava?
No, Prabhuji. In Aropa Siddha Bhakti also we said we will do a karma and we will offer to the Lord. So that offering, is there any value added to it? Is there any love element to it for the Lord, or is there any expectation that I would get liberated? So with that expectation we do, or just blindly offering to the Lord without knowing?
We are not discussing about offering. We are seeing, so with what intention you are offering, that is another thing. Here, whatever karma you did, so and you are offering, this karma is done for the sake of offering only, or for the getting another result also?
So I was just seeing through the verse yesterday. I asked 11, 25, 23, Prabhuji. In that it is given that what Srila Prabhupada has written in the purport.
See, karmarpanam, here two things are there in Aropa Siddha. What is that? This is karma, and you are offering this. Okay, offering. So, because of offering, it is becoming bhakti. Yes, Aropa Siddha Bhakti, it is becoming Aropa Siddha Bhakti. If this karma is purely done for offering only, there is no other expectation from this, then it is akaitava. Okay, this is
yes,
clear?
that I understood. Yes, Prabhuji.
Next, this offering is done for pleasing, or this offering is done just for renunciation. This offering is done just to get the material gain. Then it is discussed later.
Okay, yes. I understood this, Prabhuji, but I was confused because Srila Prabhupada has written in that purport, work performed as an offering to me without consideration of the fruit is considered to be in the mode of goodness. So, and then he specifies in 25th or in that same purport itself, he has mentioned, only chanting, hearing the glories of the names are transcendental forms of work beyond the modes of nature. So I was confused because he said it is only offering as only mode of goodness. So here we are considering it as bhakti.
From where you are speaking actually, which sloka?
11:25-23, Prabhuji.
11:25-23.
Yeah. Madarpanam nishpalam va satvicam. So we just discussed also earlier. That's why I remembered, Prabhuji.
Uddogita.
Yes.
Achha, yesterday you were asking that one.
Yes.
Achha, wait. अभी मुझे स्ट्राइक हो गया अभी. अच्छा. मदर्पणम निष्फलम वा सात्विकम निज कर्म तत् राजसं फलं संकल्पम हिंसा प्रयादि तामसम. So something is offered to the Lord. So madarpanam. So nishphalam va सात्विकम निज कर्म तत् राजसम फल संकल्पम हिंसा प्रयादि तामसम. Work performed as an offering to me without consideration of the fruit is considered to be in the mode of goodness. So here, we are doing the karma and that is offered to the Lord without any consideration, without any expectation of result from this. So then is considered to be in the mode of goodness. That only na, you are doing karma and offering, this offering you are doing for for renunciation. Then it is goodness.
Yes, goodness, yes.
If you did for this material results means two types. So one is what? Material results, only for material results means gaining the material objects, to gain material objects. Then it is passion. If you offer this to destroy, then it is in ignorance. Offering is done to destroy someone or to gain material objects, then it is passion. To renounce it is goodness. For pleasure it is transcendental.
And one more question, Prabhuji, practical application I'm just asking, because now we discussed, even I was saying everyone that whatever work you do, you somehow bring Krishna in the center and you continue with your activity, because that turns into bhakti. Just like how Srila Prabhupada also has said in many places like that. So, but what we should, after understanding all this, what we should further say to them, Prabhuji? That slowly they have to come out of that also, like that. Do we have to add on?
You should bring them to the nirguna bhakti. Nirguna bhakti, anyway, we are going to discuss that. That means they should do sakshat bhakti 24 hours. They should to bring them this. So for that they should, you have our diagram, na?
Yes.
In the diagram they should get the full faith. That means coming to the stage of full, that means fully dependence on the sakshat bhakti. Sarva dharman, they should leave their attachment for all, that means our attachment or their dependency on all dharmas. Putra dharma, patni dharma, pati dharma, this dharma, that dharma. Sarva dharman paritijya mamekam sharanam vraja. Then they are coming to the purely to the sakshat bhakti. You should bring them to there. You should, that's a discuss more and more the glories of the bhakti, ananya bhakti. So bhakti sandarbha you should teach them. Then they get more and more faith. With also some devotees pastimes, if you teach, then it will be more effective. First we should teach the philosophy, then after that stories based upon this Bhagavatam stories. Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I don't see 11, 25, 23 in yesterday's notes.
No, no,
Said
no.
it was
She is asking. अरे, अच्छा ना, मुझे समझ में आया. She is asking from Uddhav Gita. How did you get these lectures? Huh?
Prabhuji, a few lectures were uploaded in the YouTube.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Then, yeah, that module one, few of this, that exactly that path you described, no, Prabhuji. That Savai Pumsam Paro Dharma, that entire path.
Yes.
Particularly that Tat Shraddhadana Munayo, Jnana Vairagya Yuktaya, all those notes I have taken, Prabhuji. I found it from the YouTube.
YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give actually all Bhakti Sandarbha lectures also. So all Bhakti Sandarbha lecture, if you have interest, so we'll give that. Okay, this previous lectures from the beginning. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mr. Prabhupada ki jai.